welcome to Bad Assets.
Yay!
A Bunkers and Badasses podcast. Welcome back. Let's get started. We'll just jump in. Why don't we just say, who we are, what our character is, and then drop a badass fact. We'll start with you, Ashley.
All right, my name's Ashley. I play Dove and Duck Norris.
Hell yeah.
Our archetype is an elementalist, and my class is a hunter. And my fun fact, I don't think I've shared this before, Duck Norris really isn't a duck. He's actually a hawk.
I am shocked.
Well, that's just confusing.
Shocked, I say.
This is less surprising for anyone who's watching the video.
That's true. But that's us.
Perfect. Let's move on to Brian.
All right, I play Bruno Albero. I'm an elementalist, phase lock siren, and once on the job, Bruno parallel parked a train.
I remember that. That was awesome.
That's impressive.
All right. Davey, since you're speaking, you're up next.
Oh, cool. Hi, I'm Davey. I play Hermes Flay Gillock. He is a guardian necromancer. His badass fact for the day is his favorite mythological figure is Anthony Bourdain.
Sure.
Fair.
Yeah, it's canon now. Sorry.
Yep. How do we fit that in here? I'm trying to... What was he doing? Okay, anyways. Up next, Julia.
Hey, I'm Julia. I play Penumbra, an enforcer gunzerker. If you've seen the picture of Penumbra, he's got like teal hair and some teal tattoos on him, but his favorite color is red.
All right.
Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute.
Interesting.
I would not have guessed.
What's the affiliation for red? Like, why is that his favorite?
It's the color of blood.
That's
Makes
metal.
sense.
Love it.
Big Chevelle fan.
We are going to be best friends.
So, does anyone want to take a crack at Penumbra's real name this time?
Mark.
No.
We need to start writing these down.
Someone please write down I think 2 or 3 things that have been guessed so far.
I don't remember the other two. I think they've all been Mark.
Oh, I have no idea.
Julia's like, you guys are never going to find out anyway. Does it really matter?
We'll get it.
Okay.
All right. And then me, I'm Jay. I play the Nomad. I am an enforcer berserker. And my badass fact is, despite being in the circus, can't juggle for shit. Practice a long time.
It's true. He is sheep.
Yeah.
Nomad doesn't really strike as a multitasker.
Does it have anything to do with the hand?
Completely unrelated.
Okay, good.
I'll give you a hint. It was an unfortunate chainsaw juggling incident.
I wish. Nothing that cool. And last but not least, of course, our bunker master, Ian.
Hi, I create the world and tell you how everything wishes to beat you up, like a room full of drunks. No reason. That was just off the top of my head. The badass fact I have this week isn't necessarily about me, but if you are watching the YouTube version of this, I would like to thank the Bunkers and Badasses Homebrew Collection Discord, because they have been fantastic as we've been working on this. They have created the maps that we're using for this, Lycane, gonna butcher the name, and then the actual Foundry system that we're using was created by one of the users also, EMF. So big shout out to both of them.
We love you.
Check out the Discord,
That's incredible.
and you make everything easier. Last time, our adventurers had just beat up a bunch of drunk people, or gotten drunk and then beat up a bunch of other drunk people, depending on who you're talking to. But the first thing that happens is that you notice you have leveled up. After beating up these drunks, you feel a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher, and maybe you learn some things. Who knows? So, how you feeling?
I feel like I can punch harder. It's really cool. Maybe it's all in my elbow or something.
After some tuning with my shields, I feel like I can take a few more hits now.
Feel as though my body has generated more myelin to more accurately transport electricity through my body.
Those were words.
Yep, there's lots of big science words.
I feel like I'm ready to just do more great things. Even better now.
I look around for Duck Norris and then go the other way.
And then he's staring at you intently.
So, as you're standing here, you've just heard the news that Ellie wishes to sort of conscript you into the local guard to help in search of Queen Butt Stallion. She continues to walk in the room and approaches the group of you, notices some of you are a little bit more drunk than others,
Hello there.
but not terribly worse for wear. And she also notices the piles of unconscious bodies. Obviously, she saw this entire fight and seems impressed. So she's like, this is the group. They're going to go find the queen.
You know what I really like? That we can just, come in here and beat the shit out of some people. And nobody really says anything. They just kind of shower us with praise. It's very different than where I came from before.
Moxie's like, I mean, as long as the damages are paid for, then, hey, live your lives. I'm not going to interfere.
This is way better than where we left from.
So Ellie begins to tell you about the quest, which is to find the queen. And so let's show this to the players.
Quest: find the queen. Objectives: venture into the forest of being eaten alive by trees and search for clues of the queen's location.
I liked all of that except the place that we're going.
I mean, surely the trees do not eat you. The trees
That can't
do
be,
not
right?
eat.
Yeah, there's
They
no way.
just collect the sun.
The trees do eat you, and don't call me Shirley.
Moxie leans over. God damn it.
Moxie leans over and goes, "Get the fuck out of this bar."
How are you walking on your own? You're still drunk.
I'll see myself out.
Mox leans over the bar and sort of wants to respond to Bruno's comment. He's like, "Oh no, they will. They'll eat you. If you're heading out that way, I do have it's kind of a quest of my own. Not like a long, hard adventure, more of a quickie. I have this gun that one of my fans had sent me. It's a malefactor. It has elemental whatever. I don't know. I barely used it. It did have a trinket of mine on it, though. Had my favorite shade of lipstick, and I had taken it out to the forest of being eaten alive by trees. And my friend seemed to have lost it when he was unfortunately eaten alive by trees. But if you would like to find it, you can keep the gun. I just want the lipstick back. It's an awfully rare shade."
Senora, after the events of this bar, it would be a pleasure for us to help you out and find your charm.
And Bruno's basically an expert at guns. He studied at the TDOR Institute of Technology.
So she hands you the paper of where to look, and apparently it's located in the Immortal Woods, which is just a little bit past the forest of being eaten alive by trees, surprisingly.
I don't know, guys. That sounds like a good deal to me. We're already going to be out there.
We might as well.
Can I interest you in a mocktail for the road? As she points over to the side of the bar where you see the bottles with various little stoppers in them and various colors of liquid all kind of around in like a Lazy Susan-esque dispensable like display case, I guess would be the thing. And then there's a tip jar next to it.
What do we...
I'll take one.
Do we see several different types of vials in there?
Yeah, you see it's more of a, it's kind of like a gotcha game, but for vials. So you put the gold in and you get what you get.
Is there
Oh, cool.
a minimum amount?
She's like, "Oh, that thing won't turn on for any less than 10 gold."
After the trouble that we've had, I would be more than happy to order a mocktail.
Yeah, same. I was going to chip in anyway.
All right, so if you spend 10 gold in the rollable tables, you'll see the mocktail table that you can roll off of.
Can I put in 30 and buy one for Dove and Penumbra since I owe them money anyway?
Sure.
And we can all take one. Everybody's doing
You
shooters.
sure can.
How do you both feel about not getting gold, but instead getting potion?
Oh, come on, it's fun.
No, it's fine. I'll take it.
Awesome.
I mean, if I'm not paying for it, sure.
So Bruno, you got the Vamp Vermouth. If you use it, you get 1d4 damage reduction for the rest of the encounter.
Excellent.
The Nomad, when you roll, out comes a sort of redder liquid with this normal kind of cork stopper, and it says Big Bad Bitters. Gain 1 grenade each time you throw a grenade for the rest of the encounter.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm going to put that to good use.
Penumbra, yours is more of a blue hue to it, and it has like a metal twist off top, and it's called the Hey Sugar. Gain +2 on talk checks for 1 hour when you drink it, because you're very talkative.
Okay.
Hermes, you got one for yourself as well.
I did.
So out pops the quadruple sec. Gain 5 health regen for the rest of the encounter.
Wow.
And then we have Dove.
The same as Nomad.
Yes, it's also red, also has the stopper. It is also the Big Bad Bitters. You both are grenade happy. So you collect those, you have your fun with the little mocktail machine at the end of the bar. Ellie turns to you, she's like, "Well, whenever y'all are done in Flame Rock Refuge, if you want to head out, I of course have to stay here and go make sure that none of those skeletons come up at the gates anymore. But the gate that leads into the forest of being eaten alive by trees is up at the north, and the gatekeeper will let you through. Just tell him Ellie sent you."
Do you guys mind if I take one of these for the road?
Moxie's just like, well, I don't think their owner is going to be drinking it.
I tip 20 gold and I say, for the trouble.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bruno, I haven't seen you that generous. You're usually a little more tight-fisted with.
Well, we did destroy a table by launching you into the air and then you powering right through it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
I don't remember that part. It was kind of spinny.
And as you're going to leave, Ellie is like, oh hey, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. You two work together? And she's pointing at the Nomad and Penumbra, not Nomad and Bruno. She's like, I noticed y'all had a wrestling connection or something there.
No, we met just a couple hours ago. Jumped on this boat. Didn't even see each other on the boat for a while. Yeah. There is some chemistry though. Working pretty well.
Chemistry is an interesting turn of phrase.
I mean, everything he said.
I just could have sworn you guys were a tag team.
Oh, we should create a name. That'd be awesome. I think.
No, you're not. No, I'm cool with it. Let's do that.
Potential name be like Chenubra Pene. And we'll work on it.
Well, we'll put a pin in it. Yeah.
No number.
Think about it.
Numbre.
No bra.
So many options.
No,
like
bro.
no-
Did someone say no, bro?
No, bro.
I think that might be it.
That's sick.
Well,
Team no bra.
Ellie's just like, I'm glad I could see this moment. This has really made my day. So would you like to head back into Flamerock Refuge? Well, I guess you're in Flamerock Refuge. Head back out to outside of Moxie's Tavern.
To the streets.
To the street. So yeah, so as you exit, it's a little bit later in the day, obviously, that you were in there for a little bit longer than you realize, and a lot longer than Hermes realized, as the harsh light of day is really just blasting down on your retina.
Ugh. I've never been this hungover. Not since my sister's wedding.
Careful, your retinas.
Yeah, you have that right. I wish I had some sunglasses for my left eye.
I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a sunglass hut around here somewhere.
Maybe I just close the regular one and leave the robot one open. I think that'll work.
Now, can you just summon that thing and then just like piggyback? Is that like something you can do?
Oh.
I don't know how. Is that?
Do you mean
Work?
Kit?
Yeah.
The robot? Yeah, he's more like a pet when I'm at home. He only takes on the person-y looking robot form when he's fighting. But yeah, normally he's my little lapdog.
I was curious about the dynamic, if it was a pet or just a machine or some sort of weird Geppetto Pinocchio situation going on here.
Or if you just busted out to cook food.
No, I love dogs, not little wooden boys. So yeah.
Well, that like batter up thing you guys did was pretty cool. So,
Stop. We've been practicing that one in the backyard for 6 months.
so we've had some drinks. We beat up some people. The obvious direction's north out of town. Is there anything else we want to do here before we go? Grab some food. Anyone need anything?
Yeah, as you're walking kind of along the cobbles, you do see the path that would lead you up to the north, where the gate to the forest is. At the western edge of town, you see sort of some like black smoke rising from some chimneys, and you remember on your way in seeming more like that's where like an armory would be. Seems like the building shape and the smoke would tip you off that is more of an armory. There's also sort of a path to the east that leads more towards the graveyard areas and the sort of the back alleys and the more of the dingier spot of town.
Do we want to check out the armory in case we want to swap out some equipment?
I think that's a good idea.
Shopping spree.
That's right, people, it's a shopping episode.
You thought you could escape it.
Strap in. We're haggling.
Hey, strap in or strap? Never mind.
Nope.
Oh.
I don't think they sell those. But there's only one way to find out.
We'll have to go to the back alley place to see if that's what we're looking for.
Oh, buddy.
So as you head up to the front door, you see the smoke coming through, you see the building more clearly, and you see there's just a big sign on the front, and the doors are closed over.
What does the sign say?
Closed.
Oh, get the fuck out. They're closed.
And then underneath it says no refunds.
Maybe if we knock hard enough, somebody will answer.
I believe my friend with the metal fist would be primed for that.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Are we trying to get an answer? Or are we trying to be any...
I mean, at a certain point, what's the difference?
I don't know. All I'm saying is I saw what he did to that boy back in the bar, and I wouldn't want to be a dar taking his fist.
Fair enough. Maybe the other fist.
Anyways, I knock.
All right. So you knock, you hear a little bit of movement inside, but then it goes quiet again.
I look behind me and I'm like, I mean, am I taking this a little further? Just looking to get the temperature of the group here.
Do we just knock harder?
Let me give it a shot. I go up and start knocking. Good day, signore. We would like to come by and see what wares you may have for purchase.
We have gold.
You hear on the other side of the door, is your brain broken?
No,
Little.
it is quite fine, but
There's a sign, has words. If your brain's not broken,
see-
you should be able to read those words.
we are very aware of that, but we are passing through and figured why not see if we could make some special time just for our group.
It's morning. I don't open for hours. I'm not. Listen, if I don't get my beauty sleep, you don't want to see me. And I ain't dealing with anybody.
I would like to persuade him to open up early just for our group. Good signore, we are here to help with your town situations. I believe that your Queen Blood Stallion has gone missing. We are the adventurers that have been tasked with finding your queen. We would like to see if there are any equipment that we could use to help us in turn help your town out. And I'm sure the process of being able to make some coin would also suffice as well.
I mean, yeah, you got to roll that talk check.
All right.
You hear the very distinct noise of a shotgun being racked.
Well, good day, and shall arrivederci. We will be going on our way. Guys, it may be best if we start going.
And I say loud enough, I guess he doesn't really like money. I mean, we're here now, we won't be here later. So he can get money now, or not get money.
No, the gentleman has decided that he doesn't want to help himself out and help out the town. I think it's time we say good day. Farewell, signore. Have best of luck with your failing business.
Okay, I'll get your guns off your corpses and when the fucking trees are done eating you.
I don't think he's coming out of that house.
I forgot to mention I did roll a 15 on that talk check for the audio listeners.
Yes, yeah, it was a 15. It did not help.
All right, maybe there's something sketchy over in back alley area.
So you head through, you walk past Moxie's Grog. Again, it now has a closed sign on because there's no more day drinkers. And it needs to be cleaned.
Most of the tables are broken.
Most of the tables are broken, yes. Well, you're going everywhere. All right, so you head over towards where you start to see gravestones, and as you're walking past, it doesn't necessarily seem like a planned graveyard per se. It is more that this is just where the bodies are going now. It seems hastily put together, and it seems like there are more dead bodies in recent months than they kind of knew what to do with. So there is sort of a temporary kind of the pop-up graveyard.
Oh, good.
There are some teenage-aged kids around that area. The ones that think hanging out in a graveyard is really fucking cool, and they have hair covering at least one or both of their eyes in most instances. But they notice you, but they're ignoring that you exist because that's also what they think is cool.
I mean, they're teenage kids, yeah. That tracks.
Do we spot anybody else that could be, I don't know, like a black market seller or anything like that?
There is a person who is digging a couple of new graves at the edge of the pop-up graveyard. They are about 4 feet into their 6-foot hole that they need to make as of yet. And as they see you, they kind of stick the shovel back into the dirt and then wipe the sweat from their brow.
All right, yeah. I'll ask if there's, any other place except, that dude at the west side of town where we could buy and sell some goods.
Oh yeah, Marcus. He's not gonna get up until the sun's on the other side of the middle. He don't open for anybody. We try and go in there a couple times, when we've been raided, and he just, even in the midst of people dying, he will not open his doors for nothing until it turns at least 4.
This is very unusual. It makes me wonder what truly keeps him in business if he is not willing to sell his wares. What is the point of the store?
Well, when he does open, it's real expensive. I got this shovel from there, and it cost me 200 gold.
200
Good
gold for a
lord.
shovel.
For a shovel?
And best be able to do other things besides just dig.
I don't know. See, guys, I'm thinking maybe we can get one of these buildings here. We can open up a different place. We could sell the shovel for 100. This guy could win. We could win.
Do you know how to make a shovel?
Figure it out. Have a metal goddamn hand.
You gotta tell me if you know. I cannot be under Marcus's thumb anymore.
I mean, we do have a necromancer in our midst.
I suppose I could make a shovel. I figure I could probably get that together pretty quick for you. Just need some wood, some iron, something to fasten it all together with.
Iron? You're looking for... there's no iron within 20 miles of here that them fucking skellies haven't taken.
Where's Skellies?
The bony ones? The dead but not, you know?
I believe we are acquainted.
Oh, yeah, the guys we murdered on our way in here. I remember.
Or be murdered.
You killed the skellies?
I mean, yes.
Aye.
Did you get any of their swords or anything?
Oh, yeah.
You have their swords?
Not their swords, but we got some weapons that we're willing to part ways with. That's the whole...
You know, that's a great idea, Nomad. We could just melt them down.
Hey, you show me how to dig a fucking hole with a pistol, and I'll give you money.
Okay, I don't think this guy's understanding what we're getting at here.
There's a couple steps in between, but yeah.
Must be best to move on here as well.
Might be thinking a little bit too much for this. Maybe we should just head north and see what we got up there.
Oh, you're heading out there, huh? Yeah, good luck.
That's ominous.
You guys familiar?
I feel like you think everybody's a little familiar to you. Maybe you're just a familiar fella.
I've been around a lot.
So as you head past the pop-up gravestone, the guy goes back to his work, and you hear you kind of get to the distance, you hear the sound of a shovel breaking, and then just lots of cursing.
Oh, he'll be back.
And the
He'll be
teenagers,
back.
as they see you walk by, they're just like, everything sucks. Hate just everything.
That's called nihilism, children.
What'd you call me? Sounds like a cool name. I'm gonna be Tommy Nihilism now.
Yeah, do it, man. That's good for you.
Hell yeah. My band's gonna make it. We're not like the other bands.
I am sure you tell yourself that.
I was just imagining the kids from South Park. The goth kids.
With the little goth kindergartner, the
little-
one that's smoking cigarettes all the time.
Very similar vibes.
These guys are cool, though. For real. Let's get out of here. All right, what are we seeing as we approach the north gate?
So as you are approaching, you're walking down the path to the north gate. You see obviously the gate with like electrical pylons on top that kind of are just seem to be zapping randomly on the other side of the gate, which does a good job of keeping things back, as you don't necessarily see a threat immediately on the other side of the gate. Above you and kind of in the distance, you see that there are, and you've kind of seen them as you've been going over town, there are these blimps that are floating above the forest and the other areas kind of to the west and east of Flameout Refuge. And you know from things you've heard before coming to the city that these are the defense blimps. Like, they are there to stop the dangers from getting in, but they don't necessarily work on the shore end because, you know, there's supposed to be boats, but the boats aren't working anymore. Obviously, the skeletons have found a way. But on this side of things, where there's trees and cover and everything, they are doing their jobs. And you approach the gate itself, you start to see a figure who has their back turned to you. But from what you can see, they are very, very muscular. And you start to hear this sound. It's like, and you notice it seems they're maybe doing a guitar solo, like an air guitar solo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just making sounds.
Very interested, I move forward. Approach the sound.
He's like, and even over the sound, he kind of hears you as you kind of make your last steps up to him, and he spins around and he's like, hey, the fuck do you want?
Ciao, buongiorno. I am Bruno Alessandro Carlo Alberto, at your service. We are here to be on our way to help find your queen.
Name's Mr. Torg. And then he goes on a guitar solo that lasts for at least 6 minutes.
Oh, that's enjoyable.
Guitar solo was fantastic. I love the name.
And as it finally comes to an end, he's like, woo, that was a good one. I gotta remember that one for next time, because that was epic. I forgot what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, I'm just looking to get out of town, I think. Just for a little bit. We'll be back.
You're going out there? You know what that place is called?
Yeah, I heard. It is a little startling at first, but you know, I'm pretty confident in our abilities. And if not, you know, then we'll die.
You know, actually, I don't think we quite know what's out there. I mean, we know they're trees that eat people, but like, you got any advice for dealing with them? Do they ever come this way? Do they stay stationary?
All right, here's Torg's 3-step patented way to not get eaten alive by trees. Step 1, stay on this side of the fucking gate. There are no more steps.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting, because Moxie over at the bar, she said that she's been in there before. How'd that happen?
Well, that was before. So the last person I let through this gate was Queen Butt Stallion herself. Can't say no, she's the queen. Also, she's hella badass, so she could handle herself. She hadn't come back yet. So I'm not letting anyone else out unless I have specific orders.
But we are under specific orders from your town guards. Ellie, we are tasked with going and retrieving your queen.
Oh shit, Ellie sent you?
Si, senora.
Well, damn, that's one of my checks there. But you still gotta prove that you're badass enough. You wanna know how you gotta do it?
How may we do this?
if it's a guitar solo, I'm gonna be really upset.
I'm gonna need you to blow up that blimp with fire.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
What blimp?
So behind the gate and over the forest, you see one of the three blimps is definitely closer than the others. It is, I would say, in range of your weapons, is the distance away from you that it is.
Ah, yes, the perfect range.
Welcome! My name's Hermes Flay Gillock, and I'd like to thank you for listening to Bad Assets, a Bunkers and Badasses podcast. If you could, please leave us a review on the podcast service of your choice, as that would help others to find the show and grow our network of beautiful bastards. And now on to the show. Why would he want us to blow up his own blimp?
Because reasons!
I say, I don't know why we're arguing.
I mean, it's his property. We'll do with it whatever. I just wouldn't do it.
So he flicks open a scroll and he's like, here are the rules. Each one of you will get an attempt to blow up the blimp, and I'm gonna score it. You get, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give you points for 3 different criteria. Each criteria is gonna give you a max of 3 points. First one is damage. So how much damage you deal to it? More damage, more points. Style, you get some flips, maybe some trick shots, maybe some one-liners or quips you throw in. That's points, baby. Cool pose, points, baby. And then the last one's gonna be originality. I don't just want to see a backflip. You gotta mix it up. I gotta know that you are the special kind of badass that can go out there and bring our queen home.
Damn, I should have saved the baseball move for this one.
So each criteria, I'm just gonna award, can get you up to 3 points. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, whoever has the most points at the end wins.
And just like gauging distance. I imagine that thing's not like hovering low. It's pretty high up there, right?
Listen, bullets are fucking weird, man. If you angle them up high enough, they'll get there.
This man studied physics. At least it sounds like it. So who wants to go first? Not it.
Well, I was gonna look around to see if I could find, something like a mid-century trebuchet. They have one of those just lying around.
Don't you have guns? What do you need? What is it? What? Why do you need a fucking
Well, you said
catapult?
style and originality. And
Hold on, Signore Torg. I believe I know what he's about to do. You may want to indulge him.
Listen, I would love to indulge you with the trebuchet that I totally fucking have, but I don't.
oh.
There's a scarecrow pumpkin over here.
Guess I could just shoot at it. Grumbling, I pull out knock knock.
And also, as he's telling you all of these things, he's flexing like as hard as possible. For emphasis, just every single motion seems to be a flex.
I've seen that before where, these big guys, they just constantly flex. What was the name of that? The Chainsaw Joes, Fire Breathing and More. They were a wrestling act. And those guys always used to do it. But they also always used to blow out their beehole. Flex too hard. It's silly. That guy's gonna hurt himself.
I don't have that problem. Got that replaced years ago.
God damn, this guy's cool as shit. All right. Well, I guess I'll take a shot at this thing with knock knock if nobody else is.
Before you roll, because you noticed the flexing, I will give you roll an insight check for me. So you
Says 8.
don't notice anything suspicious.
Why would I?
You do know that he said it's on a scale of 1 to 10, and each of the 3 criteria can give you up to 3 points. But you don't necessarily put 2 and 2 together yet.
All right, fair. So I guess what I'm gonna do is a combat roll, land in a crouch, and say, "Is anybody home?" before shooting knock knock rocket launcher directly at the blimp. Said he wanted to see some style.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and make, let's say, a traverse check for the roll, and then do your attack.
And I'm not adding like. All right, I rolled a 19.
So that's pretty fucking good roll. Now go ahead and attack the blimp.
Oh, roll the 3. It says failure really big. That's not great.
Okay. So knock knock. That is your rocket launcher, correct?
That's correct.
So you make your roll and you sort of go to balance yourself and fire the rocket, but it flies off past the blimp that you were supposed to be aiming for and it does not connect.
Ah, well.
It's all good, my friend. Here, let me have a shot at this.
So Torg's gonna score you currently before Bruno goes. He's like, well, I gotta say that's no points for damage because you didn't fucking do any. But that was the sweetest roll I have seen a man of our size do in a real
Hell
long
yeah.
time since I was in my teens.
I mean, did you like the little quip too? The rocket's named Knock Knock, and I point to the side. It says Knock Knock right on the side.
Oh yeah, no, I'll give you that. All right, so that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be a total of 5 points. I'm giving you 3 for style and 2 for originality and jack shit for damage.
All right. Well, I think far away, and I had dirt in my eye. I can't. Graveyard. And I trail off and just continue reloading.
So Bruno, before your attempt, why don't you go ahead and roll an insight check for me?
All right.
So Bruno, with a 14, you realize everything that he's saying is punctuated by the flexes. Every sort of motion is flexed on afterwards. And you have a 10-point scale, but only 9 points from one of the things that he's described. And you think there may be a link between those two things.
I believe I know how to indulge the very muscular guitar lifting man here. Is there a tree nearby?
Yes, yeah, there's a tree kind of 20 or 30 feet to your east. So let's just say that one that you see there, the closest tree you see.
All right. So Bruno looks at Mr. Torg and goes, hopefully this will get you all fired up here. And proceeds to parkour his way up to the top of the tree. And at the peak, backflips off of it. And mid-flip, peppers the blimp with his SMG, the flare gun. And as he lands, flexes both of his arms.
All right, let's see that traverse check first.
All right.
When he flexes, can I take my pistol and shoot it twice? And when everyone turns and looks, I'm like, oh, sorry.
Please be good. No! I rolled a 3.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
All right, so your traverse check, you get, listen, Bruno, tell us how this goes wrong.
So, intentionally, or like the intended way was that essentially just basically jumping from branch to branch to the top of the tree, maybe one of those, like, hold on to it and kind of like throw yourself up or something like that. But I'm guessing more than likely because of this 3 traverse check, I just try to go up, probably fall the first time, then just kind of like look back and then frantically scramble back up there to the tree.
Okay.
Big eyes.
To try to pull off a backflip.
All right, so I guess make your attack then. So the backflip, you'll land it, but let's just see how the attack goes in the middle of this.
All right. Oh my god.
These are cursed dice.
As you're firing your SMG, you're realizing that you didn't get high enough up in that tree to
Have enough time in the backflip? Yeah.
reach the blimp. Torg said it was in range, but that was kind of it's not necessarily the truth. It's in range if you have a gun that fires at good range. If you have an SMG, it might not make it, and in this case it didn't. But you land your backflip, and are you still gonna go for the flex?
He's still going to go for the flex. Just cause.
And Nomad, as you see this, you're firing off 2 shots to kind of emphasize the flex, but they sound a little deflated now, unfortunately, based on the attempt.
I wanted to be completely on accident. Like, I really wasn't looking too hard. And I was like reloading my rocket launcher. It's like, oh shit.
They're more sympathy shots than anything.
It sounds like if you've ever heard a sad gunshot. I don't know how that happens. But
Bang.
oh,
Ball.
So Torg's like,
Pew.
well, damn, son, I wouldn't have tried shooting at that thing with an SMG. That sounds fucking dumb. He's like, well, for damage, that's a goose egg. I'll give you the flip for the style, and you got a cool pose out of it. So, and boy, listen, I loved the flex. You're getting a bonus point for the flex. So I'm gonna that's a total of 4 for you.
hey, that's not bad. I mean,
I mean, the blimp's very high up.
it's really up there. That's
It's
what I'm
really
saying.
high up
He's
there.
like, all right, is anyone actually gonna shoot this fucking thing?
That's why I was asking for a trebuchet. Nobody.
Dove wants to go next.
Let Dove go. I need some setup time.
All right, Dove.
To preface this, Duck Norris doesn't really have a strength, right? So, like, how do I know how much he can carry when it comes to weight?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Can he pick me up?
I would say no.
Oh, damn it.
I think he could help you hover. Like he could stop you from falling as fast, right?
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Damn it. I don't have anything cool, but my burning boar does incendiary damage.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for fire.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and pull that one out, and we're not going to be cool since he can't pick me up. That ruined everything I had in mind. But we'll go ahead and try to shoot at it with the burning boar.
Okay. So you're gonna like get in a cool pose to line up your shot.
No, I don't have anything cool. I'm mad now. Everything cool I had is gone. You ruined it. No flare. I'm just going to shoot the bitch down.
All right. I mean, yeah. There's nothing else to do. I guess roll the attack.
Do I have to roll anything else first, or just my burning boar?
She just like walks right up next to him and shoots a sniper right next to his ear.
No, this is just an attack. There's no other flourishes happening.
Okay. And we rolled a crit hit, 21.
Wow.
Yeah, so you got 2 hits and 2 crits with that, which is ridiculous. Oh, because you rolled a natural 20. That's what happened. You had the 20 plus the
Yep.
1.
Amazing.
All right, so you're dealing damage.
All right, let's go ahead and roll our damage.
See, what she should have done is no-looked it. That would have been really cool.
So you have 7 base, 8 from your crit, and then 4 bonus damage. Yes, because you have bonus crit damage from something. Straight to the blimp. You fire a shot. You see it kind of burn. As the weapon says, it sort of burns and bores a hole directly into the side of the blimp. And you see it come out the other side. And there's fire just kind of rising up from one side of the blimp. Would you like to do anything else at the end of your attempt? Kind of notice that Bruno went for a flex, but it's up to you if you want to acknowledge that also.
Oh, so I'll flex on him, since he's been flexing on us the whole time.
Sure, yeah. And is Duck Norris doing anything at the end of your attempt?
No, he's just staring him down. He's mad because we had plans and they were ruined.
Yeah, I was hoping for a Duck Norris flex, but all right.
I was really hoping for that
So
too.
was
Yeah.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Flex his wings?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he would do.
I'm only gonna say he's gonna flex his wings if we're gonna insert a video of that happening on the actual video podcast.
Hold on. I'm looking.
Jay's like rendering.
How about Duck flies up in his face and flexes his wings at him while staring him down with those beady eyes?
I mean, I'll allow it.
Right in his face, but not close enough for him if he tries to reach out and smack at him.
After that, Torg's like, now listen, I don't normally give points for subtlety, but that was subtly the most badass fucking thing I've ever seen. That thing just flexed in my face. So you're getting the full 3 points for damage. You have put a big ass hole in that blimp. I think it's gonna go down soon. Your style, you know what? Sometimes less is more. I'm gonna give you 2 points for style. And originality, well, goddamn that flex. So that's gonna be 1 point for originality, another point for the flex. Let's see, 3, 2, that's 5, and then 1 and 1. So it's 7 points.
We'll take it.
It's 2 of you left.
I don't know how I'm gonna do anything. All I have is a shotgun.
Hey, do you want to borrow one of mine?
Is that a thing?
Sure.
Yeah, I think we can hang guns off. Here, you can borrow this one, then just give it back for my turn.
Okay.
And can I hand her the decent flambe?
Yes, you hand over the decent flambe.
All right. So I'm going to walk over like to the little open area. I'm going to stare straight at Porg the whole time. I'm going to keep staring at him. I'm going to do a little glance up at the blimp thing and then just stare back at him again. And then I'm going to shoot it.
All right. Well, I guess you're going with intimidation is your main method of originality. So I guess just roll an attack.
Oh, that one hit. I saw it.
Sure did.
So you got an 8 plus 1, so you get a 9, which is 4 hits from the decent flambe. So you're doing damage. What's the damage? All right, so you do 9 points of fire damage directly to the blimp. You're hitting kind of the underside of it, where Dove shot was more kind of center mass a little bit. But there are sprouts of fire coming from the bottom of it now, and you can see it's sinking a little bit lower, which is probably why your SMG was able to hit it, because it's not as high up as it was during Bruno's attempt.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else at the end of the attempt after the shot?
Yeah, at the end of it, I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to flex both my arms and I'm going to do that whole like wrestler kind of like yell right at him, at his face, and then just walk away.
All
What
right.
does that sound like?
I don't know.
What does a wrestler yell? You gotta.
I don't know. Hey, Nomad, can you help me out with a yell?
Does that work?
Oh, it didn't pick it up.
Oh, it's too high. I guess I have to be a little more quiet. Ah.
Yeah, just that. Just louder.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Imagine it booming, though, is what I'm saying.
So Tor goes, "Whoa, all right. I usually not afraid during these sorts of things, but I'm a little bit frightened by you two at this moment. So for damage, it's not a ton, but it is fire damage, so I gotta give you the 2 points. Let's see. Style, that stare, that's gonna haunt me. That's living in the Torg noodle for a while.
In the Torg noodle.
And originality, I mean, I've never had someone yell for someone else, so that was pretty cool, I guess. See new things. And the flex.
I slammed my thumb in the door of Knock Knock while I was reloading it. That's why I yelled.
At that moment, you're like, ah!
It doesn't make sense. It's a metal thumb, but it's...
I get it. Phantom pain. I get the same thing.
All right, so that's going to be an 8 for Penumbra. That's going to be hard to beat. All right, you with the beard and the hat. What are you doing?
So, first thing we're gonna do, reload the decent flambe, and we're going to summon Kit. Kit is gonna land, and then he and I are gonna have like a little huddle session. Here's what's discussed. So, the move that we're gonna do is called the Trebuchet. We summon you, Kit, and then Kit, you're gonna go grab one of these trees over here, one of the ones that looks like rubbery and flexible. You're gonna load me on it, fire me like a Trebuchet, yeah? And then I'll shoot it at the top, like pew 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 pew, like super cool. And then on the way down, I'm gonna run down a tree, slide to stop and flex right in front of him, like let him see my back. And then you slide in behind me and you flex too, and it'll be like a double flex, badass explosion thing in the back. I don't know, it'll look sweet. What you think?
Does Kit respond to any of this?
I mean, he like hums and whirs, or makes dog sounds. So if you can do something with that, sure.
You hear some whirs and some things that just indicate, fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the kind of attitude I like. So what do we got to roll?
Okay, so I would listen. There's a step-by-step to this that we're gonna have to do. What's step 1 of this plan?
Step 1, I am going to slug this rare stat potion that you gave me for traverse checks. Gives me a +3 stat mod of my choice for 1 hour.
You are better at traverse now.
Awesome. We've summoned Kit. Kit will grab a tree and bend it. That way we can use it like a trebuchet. On brand. Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Sorry that I keep hammering that home.
Kit walks over, grabs this tree, pulls it squarely out of the ground, and comes back.
Oh, buddy, that was a little too hard. Try a different one. We're looking for a bendy one.
Kit whirs and then goes over to this tree, pulls it out of the ground. It bends, it flex, and he has it almost in the shape of a U as he comes back.
You know what? Fuck that. I love it. Let's do what Kit's doing. I'm gonna shoot the boomerang that he just built with the decent flambe, set it on fire, and then he's gonna throw it at the blimp.
All right. So I guess make an attack against a tree and your friend.
He'll be fine, I'm sure. Looks like we got 11 plus 1 is 12, so we got 4 hits.
All right, go ahead and roll that tree damage.
8 damage on the tree.
All right,
Hopefully it's on fire.
Here's a fun fact about trees. They're made of wood. So that is actually 16 damage that you have dealt to this tree, and it is on fire.
Sweet. We like flaming boomerangs. So then Kit's just gonna hurl it at the blimp and see what happens.
Okay, so this is going to be an accuracy roll, but Kit is probably just going to use your stats for this.
Okay, cool.
So you can just roll your accuracy with your mod.
10. Can I also spend badass tokens to re-roll it?
You can spend badass tokens to add +1.
I'm gonna spend 6 on it because I have 10. So
Well, goddamn.
we'll put it up to a 16.
All right, he goes to throw it, and then he looks back at you for affirmation, and you show him like twist his hand a little bit, and he sort of adjusts slightly, and then throws it, and it just spirals directly into the side of the blimp and comes out the other side and is now coming back to hit Kit in the face because you made a flaming boomerang.
That was badass.
Before Kit is smashed in the face with the flaming boomerang, what are you doing at the end of your attempt?
We're both gonna flex. I mean, just like look at each other. He knows it's coming. There's nothing that can stop it. We're just gonna like flex together as a last moment, you know?
All right, so you both flex, and the boomerang comes through, and as Kit is flexing and Torg is just in awe, it comes back and just smashes Kit in the face and fully destroys Kit in that moment. And you see from the shades of Torg, you just see tears coming down the sides of his face.
I'm standing next to him crying as well.
That
This is
was
so brutal.
fucking beautiful. That told a whole story. Oh, just 10 points. You get 10 points.
Oh, well, thank you. Poor Kit. Gotta put him back together.
Is Kit gonna be okay?
Oh, yeah, he disassembles, he reassembles. This is his daily thing. But you already scored the points, so keep those emotions going.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, on average, y'all were pretty fucking badass. I can see why Ellie likes you. And as this happens, he's like, I got this. And he walks up to Hermes and gives him like a little bit of a little handshake, very flexing handshake. And Hermes, you receive the buff. So this is gonna be active for the rest of the day. I mean, the day is not even half over right now, so this will last for a bit. It grants the user the ability to deal psychic damage to their enemies by flexing their muscles. This will be for both you and Kit, since you both did this. This will be an effect that you both get. Once per turn,
Nice.
the Vault Hunter, in this case Hermes, or Kit, can flex to deal 1d4 psychic damage to an enemy that is targeting you or looking at you.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it.
What are you looking at, nerd?
Brilliant.
I hope I don't flex on accident and hurt one of you.
Perhaps we really need to look for that sunglass hut to shield our eyes.
So after all the attempts are made, Torg looks at you each one in a row and he flexes at you. So starting with Nomad, what do you do?
Well, I guess I'll flex back. Maybe I'll turn around and hit him with the guns from the back, looking over the shoulder a little bit.
So go ahead and roll damage roll. Do you do a damage roll?
Well, I'm rolling like garbage. That was the 6.
All right, so you flex back, and Torg's flex is just like, ooh, and you cannot help but look away. You cannot. The flex was too hard. You have been outflexed.
All right, fair.
So next up, he flexes at Bruno. What does Bruno do?
Bruno flexes back, facing Torg with both arms, really trying to emphasize his shoulders.
So go ahead and make a damage roll.
All right. Oh my god. I rolled a 3. Yep.
So Torg again flexes back at you. You have to look away, and you actually take 3d4 damage.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, today's not our day, pal.
He flexed so hard over you. So you recoil, and you're like, ah! As he flexes back at you. Dove,
All right.
you and Duck Norris are getting flexed at.
That is 5 points of damage from me too.
So I'm gonna flex with my right arm, while I have my left arm out, and Duck is perched on my left arm, and he does his little wing flex, but it's the one like the one in the Discord where he's flying with the big arms, that kind of flex.
Okay.
If we
Go ahead and make your roll. I'm gonna let you roll twice and take the higher one, because it's one's gonna be for you, one's gonna be for Duck Norris.
So we're gonna roll damage twice.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, goddamn.
Oh,
Oh!
What?
He and I both rolled a 20.
yeah, Mr. Torg
Damn.
flexes back at you the hardest that he's ever flexed, and you and Duck Norris combined have outflexed Mr. Torg.
Yeah.
But there's still 2 people to go.
Can Duck fly at him and poke him in the eye? Not in the eye, he's got sunglasses on. But as like a show of dominance, can he fly at him and like pluck him in the sunglasses and fly back?
Sure.
Okay.
So Duck Norris flies in, goes to like peck at his sunglasses, pulls a single mustache hair from his mustache and flies back with it. He's like, oh shit! Whoa! Oh, I gotta try harder. And so flexes at Penumbra next, not to be deterred.
Alright, so Penumbra's just gonna stare him right in the eye, just like he did when he shot at the blimp, and he's gonna flex with both arms.
All right.
Oh,
So Penumbra got an 11, Mr. Torg got an 8, so he's obviously frazzled, he's kind of off balance, and tries to like turn it into like one of those like side flexes, but he's not in the right stance, so it doesn't come off as well. Penumbra, you have outflexed Mr. Torg as well.
Yeah.
There's just one left, and then it's Hermes. He
Yep.
stumbles forward. He's a little bit dazed because he's flexing so hard that he's about to break his second beehole.
Yep, we're doing a double back bicep flex. So it highlights all the forearms, the biceps, the triceps, the back, and the lats.
Make that flex roll.
19.
So is he gonna get hit by Buff too?
He's gonna,
Oh.
some stuff happens. All right. So Mr. Torg goes to flex at you. Hermes got a 19. He only got an 8. He falls to one knee and can't even like pretend with the flex anymore. He has been outflexed by more than half of the party. So he's questioning a lot of things about himself. You also have buffed him, and so you can see it's a kind of a combination of Duck Norris attacking the sunglasses and your buff. His shades like crack and split in half and they fall off, and you see he's just real tired. He's so tired. His bags under his eyes are so deep, and he's like, I can't flex anymore. You gotta find the queen. You gotta bring her back. Everything's so fucked. Here, take this. So he reaches out his hand and he holds out the Mind Melter, which is a legendary pistol that deals corrosive damage, and it has splash. It deals 2d4 corrosive damage per hit and an additional 2d6 corrosive damage on top of that. So who would like the Mind Melter pistol?
I think we all have pistols, right? Everyone has one?
I do.
Yes.
I think you all have
Yeah.
sidearms, yeah.
Clearly, as the best performer here, I would be more than happy to take the Mind Melter pistol.
I don't have any objections.
We can have
I
the
won't
record
allow
show.
the comment. I will not allow the comment, but I will allow you to have the pistol if you want it.
Say, I wouldn't say best performer, let's be real, but
Alright, I will settle for second best.
mid-range
no.
at most. No, like actually second
I
worst,
rose
but
and achieved the challenge.
you survived the challenge.
Any challenge you could walk away from is a successful one.
Bruno, I just don't know about that.
He's like, it's getting real heavy in my hands here, guys. I've flexed way too hard. I'm gonna pass out.
Enjoy yourself.
So who's taking the Mind Melter?
Bruno?
Bruno?
Sounds like Bruno.
I'll take it.
Somehow, Bruno's convinced the group.
What can I say? I'm a very persuasive man.
You know what? Roll a talk check.
Alright.
Hey, that's my line. Hey, roll a talk check.
I rolled a 24 in my persuasion check.
Wow.
Get persuaded, son!
Man, you can't flex those muscles, but man, you can flex that tongue. Oh, that sounded worse than I
Ew.
thought. I'm passing out now.
Don't ever say that to me again.
And and he
So-
reaches over and unhooks the gate so that you can go through, and then sort of passes out while still flexing as hard as possible. Like, he's on his side, he has his arm is propping up his head, and his muscles are still like flexed as hard as possible.
And as we're like walking by through the gate, I was like, see, I told you I saw this at Chainsaw Joe's. That dude shit his pants. Well, that was a good session, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you guys, as always, get the chance, you can check us out on our socials, at Bad Assets on Twitter as well. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, you can catch the video form of the show over on YouTube. So go check that out, and thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good one.
Arrivederci.
Does that work?